जब फिल्म की हम बात करें और उसमें जब दो डायरेक्टर्स हो तो वो फिल्म हर घर तक पहुंचता है, और वो जब दो डायरेक्टर्स जब साथ में ऐसी फिल्में लेकर आते हैं तो उस फिल्म का जब हिंदी रीमेक बनता है तो उसके लिए भी एक्साइटमेंट उतनी ही ज्यादा बढ़ जाती है। और इस वक्त हमारे साथ हैं दो ऐसे दिग्गज डायरेक्टर, वी हैव गायत्री एंड पुष्कर। आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है E24 पे। हाउ आर यू गाइस?
Great. Actually, really happy with the responses from the reviewers and the public. I mean, there's a lot of love, so we're very grateful actually.
And seeing that kind of response in a theater, to see that the whole community viewing experience, people clapping, laughing, whistling, and all
That's
that.
What you make the films for. That's what you make.
That's
films
the
for,
whole
yeah.
joy. So yeah, happy and relieved.
हम आपसे जानना चाहेंगे, जब आपने विक्रम वेधा बनाया था 2017 में, क्या उस वक्त इस तरह के ख्याल आए थे कि लाइक वी हैव टू मेक अ रीमेक ऑफ दिस फिल्म इन हिंदी वर्जन आल्सो?
Actually, we were not thinking about that. Our producers had met Lanes. I mean, there was a lot of interest from here. Then we took a long time to make the decision. I mean, we were thinking for a couple of months, like should we not? And then like we need to find our kick, no? So we're thinking same text with different actors, if we can, how they interpret it. I mean, interacting with that, that was our biggest kick in doing the film.
I think that is the point. I mean, when the remake का बात शुरू हुआ, हमने सोचा कि should we do it or should somebody else do it? Our only criteria was what is our method into approaching the new version of Vikram Vedha,
right.
And वो था performance. If we can get a completely different kind of performance for Veda and Vikram, then we are good. So
right.
that's where we started from.
तो सैफ और ऋतिक को कास्ट करने के लिए कितनी ज्यादा जद्दोजहद करनी पड़ी आप लोगों को? कुछ स्ट्रगल था या फिर क्या कुछ मन में आया था कि लाइक वेदा का कैरेक्टर ऋतिक ही प्ले करेगा एंड विक्रम का कैरेक्टर सैफ ही प्ले करेगा? कुछ कैसे मन में आया?
Actually, Hrithik was one of the first people to call us when the Tamil version released. Somebody had showed it to him, and he was very sweet. I mean, we were outside, and like no manager and all, he picked up the phone and called, and like we were not sure if somebody is playing a prank on us or some friend is like just joking, because he was like, "Hi, I'm Hrithik Roshan speaking. It's a great film," and all. So we were like super touched. I think that's where that journey kind of started. Then everything
finally landed on his table only. हमारा idea था कि we will look at casting against the grain, and this is not the kind of roles which we have seen Hrithik in, or a kind of role which we have seen Saif in. So we thought like, hey, if we present an actor a challenging role, then they will be excited by it,
right.
And that's what happened. I mean, they were really excited by it, and both of them have put in so much prep in
right.
Trying to figure out what the character. I mean, other than all the usual prep of getting into the physicality of the character, getting into the mind space of the character is a very tough process.
And actually, a lot of conversation. I mean, they'll bring up interesting questions, not just within the film. Like, what would have Veda done if he's in this situation, or at this age, what would Veda do? So those kind of things, no. So they'll have like an entire map of who this character is. That is like, so getting really literally into the skin of the character. So
right.
that was
it's
actually
very important for writers and directors to first understand their characters. I mean, जो character आपने page में लिखे हैं,
right.
आपका उसका understanding होना चाहिए. Then when actors come in, the more you can flesh out the parts of the character which might not be there in the film.
Right.
It need not be there. Which school did Vikram study in?
Right.
What music would he listen to?
So these are things which we figured out for the Hindi version of Vikram and Veda. Like who are they? I mean, how do you understand a person? You understand a person by their tastes, by their likes, what do they do in their free time, do they sit straight or do they sit hunched? All this defines
right.
a person. No? So these are things which we had an understanding of, and then the actors brought their life experiences. जो भी उनके मन में थे, that will be based on their understanding of certain emotions. How do you portray anger? How do you portray frustration? How do you portray
loss,
rage? What is the difference
right.
between anger and rage? So ये सब सिर्फ actor ही लेकर आ सकता है. So that is the genius of working with great actors like Hrithik and Saif. The kind of depth they bring it, no, because you're literally digging into all the pain you have inside and you're bringing it out on screen. That
And
takes a
actually,
huge toll.
Hrithik will keep saying, "No, I'm not feeling it," and like you tell him one little word in between, okay, that will pop in. I mean, within like one shot, no, like there is a little doubt. That alone will pop in, and the other emotion will. I mean, that he's like technically so brilliant.
It's a
pleasure.
pleasure to work with actors like this. This literally happens every time when you're singing with him. It'll be like, can we try to get a little guilt? He'll be saying a forceful line. How do you get a little guilt?
Right.
It's easy for us to say, but for an actor to get that, no, that is sheer bliss.
Yeah, it will feel like, I mean, it's almost, when subtitle is there, you can actually see that emotion popping in and going out. So that's
Both of us will be sitting in front of the monitor. Who are these guys? How do they get this? It's just a joy. They did a fabulous job of getting that with all that machoism onto Hrithik. I mean, but basically, you can put a sack on Hrithik and he'll still look good. That's the main fact. But we think that was that'll become a style statement, the kind of kurtas he wore.
And Lucknow, I mean, so that architecture, you know, like how the houses are. So that was the inspiration for the parkour sequence in the film. So before interval, so he'll be jumping those terraces, and those terraces have their own life, you know, like one is filled with pigeons, and like they are kiting, I mean, they are like flying kites. So there's a lot of community in the terrace. So that was actually pretty sweet and pretty beautiful over there.
अच्छा, एक बात जो हम आप लोगों से जानना चाहेंगे, जब भी कोई फिल्म आती है तो उस फिल्म के साथ दो टाइप के लोग भी आते हैं. वन who really praises the film, second like who talks like news like उनकी छोटी छोटी बातें पकड़ते हैं फिल्मों की कि यहाँ पे ये कमी थी, यहाँ पे ये कमी थी. Did you actually got to know about that also, जो आपको पता चला हो? Because when I was sitting with few friends of mine and even I was reading all the comment section of the trailer and about the film, they were like जो close shots हैं वो sets पे हैं and जो ऋतिक का tone है वो थोड़ा सा और ज़्यादा निखर के आना चाहिए था. ऐसा क्या आप लोगों को इसके बारे में कुछ ऐसा पता चला?
Actually, we read everything which is written about the film, the main reviews, the online reviews, the chatter on Twitter and other social media, on Instagram and all that. We read everything. See, our key is everybody has a right to put their comments on it. It just depends on how you take it. You can take it as like, oh, maybe right, or it might be, nah, anyway, I mean, we know we got that right. So these are, see, earlier what used to happen is there were only a few reviewers who were informing the whole world about whether the film is good or bad. Now you have a million reviewers. So you have to take it at that.
I mean, people can actually come up with their honest opinion. So, and each one, if you're paying and going to the theatre and watching a film, so whatever is your opinion is your opinion. I mean, you can't.
You like it, you dislike it. It's that's completely an opinion which you put out, and we will read it. So all these things eventually will percolate into understanding on how people react to stuff. And I think that's crucial because as cinema grows, the audience also grows, and cinema changes, audience taste changes. Do we know we are in sync with our larger audience? That happens only when this feedback happens. So I think we need to take it definitely with a pinch of salt, because there's also a sidetrack of malicious writing which is also happening. But somewhere all of us know which comments are genuine and which comments are from people who just want to spew hate. So I think everybody makes that difference. The spewing hate, you scroll past. Then when somebody has a genuine comment, positive or negative, you read it. So
whoever has seen it, I mean, touch wood, and whoever has seen it and commenting genuinely, they all just love the film. It's not just like, I like it, oh yeah, maybe. There is one genuine love for the film, which we are very grateful and happy.
And more than whatever is happening on social media, the biggest gratification is the response you see in the theatre. So when all the shows we have gone and watched till yesterday, we'll usually sit somewhere in the almost near the front row, turn around and look at how people are reacting.
Yeah.
And you will make out because the light from the screen will be bouncing on their faces.
Yeah.
The moments which we are very keen on are those silent moments where everybody is leaning forward. When an important plot reveal happens, and that one thing like, hey, I guessed that, oh damn, I didn't guess that. So those reactions are what tells us that, hey, those things work, maybe that didn't land right.
Right.
So those
are
are
lessons for future. I mean, okay,
Hmm.
this probably we have to detail it out more.
Yeah,
Those
I mean,
are.
and the greatest joy for any filmmaker is in the theater when you see the response.
Right.
When people clap and whistle for certain sequences which are meant for that, and then they laugh and get moist-eyed. I mean, I'm sure you've seen in a bunch of films where the whole theater will be like misty-eyed.
Right.
Our film is not that, but there were those 2-3 moments where we wanted people to get that misty-eyed look. So when you see all that, you know, like, okay, the people are responding to the story. People are responding to the performances. So all those things is what we live and die for. So
सेकंड लास्टली हम आपसे ये भी जानना चाहेंगे, जब कोई फिल्म आती है उसका जब रीमेक बनता है तो लोग कंपैरिजन भी करते हैं एक्टर्स के साथ, वेदर इट्स सैफ या माधवन या फिर ऋतिक रोशन हो या फिर सेतुपति हो, लेकिन इस फिल्म में वो कंपैरिजन नहीं हुआ बिकॉज दोनों ही फिल्म के चारों एक्टर्स बहुत ही फैबुलस थे. आपको किस तरह के फीडबैक मिले? बिकॉज मैंने कोई हेट कमेंट नहीं पढ़ा कि यार विजय सेतुपति ज्यादा अच्छा किया तो ऋतिक ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं कर पाए. मुझे ये चीज सुनने को नहीं मिला. आपको कैसे क्या कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
नहीं, generally I think everybody has basically responded what you told. Hrithik और Saif का जो performance है, that has been very different from the way Vijay Sethupathi and Maddie had pitched their characters. So that I think people are getting.
Right.
I mean, there will be, I mean, if it is a remake, there will be comparison on every level. This scene, this shot, that
Right.
shot, that interval fight, this climax fight. And it will go down to specifics of hey, that costume which that person was wearing. But that's all par for the course. But the key thing is people are seeing this as a film by itself.
Right.
And
They are enjoying
the film. So it is not about trying to correlate. When you're sitting in the theater, if you're just engrossed in this, then I think that is the job.
लास्टली जब आप लोगों का हिंदी में डेब्यू हो चुका है, हमें कुछ आगे भी हिंदी फिल्में देखने को मिलेंगी ये जोड़ी के साथ?
Definitely at some point of time, but we don't know what we're doing next. We're going to go take some rest and
eat a lot of home food.
And then pull out our scripts, open our laptops, open that folder. Okay, these 2 scripts are sitting now. Go back and read it and see what bit of writing needs to be done on that, and then we will soon float our next project. But the next couple of months will be devoted to just doing these things.
चलिए, थैंक यू सो मच गायत्री मैम, थैंक यू सो मच पुष्कर
Thank
सर,
you, thank
एंड
you
ऑल
for
द बेस्ट. थैंक यू सो मच एंड वी लव द मूवी एज यू नो. थैंक यू सो मच वंस अगेन.
Thank you.
कैमरा पर्सन अनंतो के साथ नवीन सिंह भारद्वाज, E24 न्यूज़ 24 मुंबई.